As we move into 2026, medical science is breaking ground. From new hope on chemotherapy for cancer care and the vaccines for tuberculosis, and now the fight against Alzheimer's. This is the new medical world.
In a world of astonishing medical progress, cancer continues to be one of humanity's most complex challenges. But there is also reason for hope. In several high-income countries, including the United States and the United Kingdom, cancer death rates have been declining over the past 2 decades, driven by earlier detection, better treatments, and greater awareness. Public figures have helped shift the conversation too. From King Charles III, who spoke openly about his diagnosis and treatment, to Catherine, the Princess of Wales, who announced she had completed treatment and entered remission. Their transparency has reminded millions that cancer is not a private battle, but a shared human experience. And yet, the global picture remains sobering. According to a major study published in The Lancet, since 1990, cancer cases and deaths have risen at an alarming pace, cutting across borders, incomes, and generations. Globally, the number of new cases has more than doubled, reaching 18.5 million in 2023, while cancer deaths have climbed to more than 10 million a year. The future, according to researchers, could be even more challenging. By 2050, more than 30 million people worldwide are expected to hear the words, "You have cancer." The greatest burden is expected to fall on low and middle-income countries, places often least equipped to fight back. But this is not just a story about statistics. It is a story about people, about families, and about a global race against time. For decades, cancer treatment followed a standard approach. Similar drugs, similar strategies, regardless of the patient. Today, that model is changing fast. As we look towards 2026, scientists and doctors say we are entering a new era, one defined not just by survival, but by precision, personalization, and hope. One of the biggest breakthroughs of the past decade has been immunotherapy, treatments that help the body's own immune system recognize and attack cancer. Advanced cellular therapies, such as CAR cell treatment, are already extending survival for patients with certain blood cancers, and by 2026, researchers expect these therapies to reach more patients and more cancer types. Early detection is also transforming outcomes. Liquid biopsies, which are simple blood tests that can detect traces of cancer DNA, may soon identify disease before symptoms appear. Combined with artificial intelligence, doctors can better predict how a cancer will behave and which treatment is most likely to work. Inspired by mRNA technology, personalized cancer vaccines are now in advanced trials, designed from a patient's own tumor with the goal of preventing cancer from returning. Precision oncology is also reducing the toll of treatment, matching therapies to specific genetic mutations, improving results while limiting side effects. From early detection to personalized care, the future of cancer treatment is becoming more precise, more human, and more hopeful. As 2026 approaches, these breakthroughs are redefining what it means to live and survive with cancer. A future shaped by science and by hope.
For the first time in over a century, new effective TB vaccines for adolescents and adults are within reach. At least 18 vaccine candidates are currently in clinical development, including 6 in phase 3 trials.
Tuberculosis remains the world's leading infectious killer, according to the World Health Organization. It claimed an estimated 1.23 million lives in 2024. But there is cautious progress and a glimmer of hope. TB deaths fell 3% from 2023 and reported cases dropped by nearly 2%. Still, the WHO warns these gains are fragile. In its 2025 annual report, the UN agency said an estimated 10.7 million people worldwide fell ill with TB in 2024.
Despite all this good news, progress is not victory. TB still killed more than 1.2 million people in 2024, which for a disease that's preventable and curable is simply unconscionable.
A preventable and curable disease. Tuberculosis is caused by bacteria that most often affects the lungs. It spreads through the air when people with TB cough, sneeze, or spit. Now, TB cases and deaths are both declining for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2024, 8 countries accounted for 2/3 of global TB cases. They were India, 25%, Indonesia, 10%, the Philippines, 6.8%, China, 6.5%, Pakistan, 6.3%, Nigeria, 4.8%, the Democratic Republic of Congo, 3.9%, and Bangladesh, 3.6%. According to the government, India's TB incidence, or new cases emerging each year, reduced by 21%, from 237 per lakh population in 2015 to 187 per lakh population in 2024, over almost double the pace of the decline observed globally at 12%. Similarly, India's TB mortality rate has decreased from 28 per lakh population in 2015 to 21 per lakh population in 2024. This progress has been achieved by a historic tenfold increase in government funding to the TB program over the last 9 years. There is momentum in the global fight against TB, and as of August 2025, 63 diagnostic tests are in development, alongside 29 drugs now in clinical trials. And on vaccines, progress is accelerating. 18 candidates are being tested in humans, including 6 already in phase 3, the final step before approval. BCG vaccine, developed over a century ago, has long been part of a routine childhood immunization programs globally, but it provides only limited protection, mainly to infants. It is largely ineffective in preventing pulmonary TB in adults. In India, a new TB vaccine for adolescents and adults is ready for commercialization. It is developed jointly by IIT Bhubaneswar and the Institute of Life Sciences, Bhubaneswar. This vaccine candidate is designed to trigger strong immune responses while enhancing the protective efficacy of the existing BCG vaccine. We now have shorter, more effective treatment regimens, stronger prevention strategies, and cutting-edge diagnostics, including AI-powered tools that can detect TB faster and more accurately. Now, these advances are reshaping the fight against TB, especially in resource-limited settings. But the work is far from over. Progress faces pressure from aid cuts, and the world is still short of targets to end TB as a public health threat. Urgent action can change that. Ending the global TB epidemic by 2030 remains a shared goal adopted by all United Nations member states and the World Health Organization.
Dementia does not arrive all at once. It begins quietly with forgotten names, missed appointments, misplaced keys. And over time, memories fade. Familiar faces become strangers. According to the latest World Health Organization records, globally, more than 57 million people are living with dementia, with over 10 million new cases recorded each year. It is the 7th leading cause of death worldwide and a leading cause of disability and dependency among older adults. Alzheimer's disease is the most common form, accounting for 60 to 70% of all dementia cases. Countries such as Japan, Germany and Italy report some of the highest prevalence rates, reflecting both aging populations and increased awareness. The disease does not discriminate. Several well-known figures, including Ronald Reagan, James Doohan and Peter Falk, have all battled Alzheimer's disease, highlighting its widespread impact. But the tide is turning. Science is moving faster than ever. Early detection is now a reality. Scientists have developed a 3-minute brain wave assessment called the fastball test, which records brain activity using EEG sensors, while a person watches a rapid sequence of 3-minute brain wave assessment images. In initial trials, the test successfully identified people with mild cognitive impairment, those most at risk of developing Alzheimer's. Larger trials are now underway, offering hope for early intervention before memory loss becomes severe. Diagnosis is also advancing. The US FDA has approved a new blood test developed by Roche and Eli Lilly that measures a specific form of tau protein, helping doctors detect the disease earlier and more accurately than ever before. On the treatment front, there are remarkable breakthroughs. Researchers from Washington University and Brigham and Women's Hospital found that inhaled xenon gas can alter the behavior of microglia, the brain's immune cells. In mice, these cells began attacking and destroying harmful amyloid plaques without triggering damaging inflammation. The result? A significant reduction in both the size and number of amyloid deposits. Human clinical trials are expected soon. Adding another layer of innovation, Indian researchers have developed a nanoparticle-based multi-target therapy. This approach attacks multiple pathways involved in the disease, potentially offering a more precise and effective treatment than single-target strategies. At the same time, integration of traditional medicine with modern science is showing promise. A study from the Bose Institute in Kolkata demonstrates that Ayurvedic approaches combined with modern pharmaceuticals can help combat amyloid beta aggression, which is a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Taken together, these advances in early detection, innovative therapies, and integrated approaches mark a turning point in Alzheimer's research. While a definitive cure is still on the horizon, one thing is clear: scientific progress is accelerating at an unprecedented pace. With early detection, new treatment strategies, and international collaboration, Alzheimer's research is entering a new era, defined by breakthroughs, actionable solutions, and measurable progress for millions of people worldwide.
India's first gene-edited sheep has just turned 1. In December 2024, researchers at the Sher-e-Kashmir University of Agricultural Sciences in Srinagar achieved a major breakthrough, producing the country's first gene-edited sheep using CRISPR-Cas9 technology. Scientists edited the myostatin gene, which regulates muscle growth. By disrupting it, the animal's muscle mass increased by nearly 30%, a trait not naturally found in Indian sheep breeds. The fertilized embryos were cultured in controlled laboratory conditions for 2 to 3 days before being transferred to a foster recipient. Gene editing in livestock is now a growing area of research in India, aimed at higher meat and milk yields, stronger disease resistance, and greater resilience to climate change. Earlier in 2025, scientists at US biotechnology firm Colossal Biosciences claimed they had brought back the dire wolf, a species that went extinct around 12,500 years ago. The dire wolf, Inoceon dirus, made famous by the TV series Game of Thrones, was once a top predator roaming North America. The company has also claimed an early breakthrough in its effort to genetically engineer the prehistoric mammoth by creating what it calls woolly mice. They look like ordinary mice, but with a long, thick coat of hair.
We were trying to develop this complex trait of being able to survive in cold climates. So we focused mostly on woolly hair and also a gene that's associated with fat metabolism.
Cloning of the wolf even caught Tesla founder Elon Musk's attention as he wished for a miniature pet woolly mammoth. Scientists in China manipulated embryonic stem cells to create laboratory mice with 2 male parents that managed to live to adulthood, in what they are calling a noteworthy achievement in mammalian genetic engineering. If further refined, it could help the field of regenerative medicine, which involves replacing tissue or organs damaged by disease or other factors. Recent advances in gene editing technology could help create disease-resistant animals, potentially limiting the spread of bird flu. As the planet warms and climate patterns shift, sustainable agriculture is becoming essential. Genetically engineered crops could be key, helping plants adapt to drought and other challenges of a warming world and shaping how we feed the future. The global genetic engineering market size accounted for $1.72 billion in 2025. It is likely to hit around $2.94 billion by 2034. Asia Pacific is expected to witness the fastest growth during the forecast period. Cloning remains controversial, but its potential is hard to ignore. Gene modification of crops is already widespread worldwide. The real question now is whether human cloning should ever be legal. While reproductive cloning is still limited to animals, medical cloning is closer to reality. It can offer genetically matched organs and tissues that could reduce transplant rejection and save lives. Ethical concerns remain, and the technology is still evolving. But can we afford to turn away from a tool that could end organ shortages and treat diseases like cancer? Cloning may no longer be a distant idea. It could be a defining technology of our future.
In 2025, this clip of President Xi Jinping, President Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un discussing extending human life to 150 years sparked global debate. The exchange, viral across social media, hammered home that age reversal is not just science, it's societal, economic and political. For millennia, humanity has dreamt of turning back the clock on aging. That dream is now moving from philosophy to the petri dish and to early human trials. Aging is no longer viewed as an unstoppable decline. Leading biomedical research shows aging is driven by defined biological processes like accumulation of dysfunctional senescent or old cells and loss of epigenetic information, which serves as a cellular age tag. One breakthrough is epigenetic reprogramming, resetting the biological age of cells. Studies show partial reprogramming can turn back epigenetic clocks in cells without erasing their identity. In animal models, this has restored muscle function, reduced inflammation, and youth-like markers in tissue. Simultaneously, senolytic therapies, drugs that clear old or aging cells, have extended health span and improved tissue function in preclinical studies, reducing key drivers of age-related diseases. While full age reversal in humans remains distant, clinical studies are already measuring biological age, a metric that reflects cellular health better than years on a birthday cake. One large trial by the US found daily omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and exercise reduced biological age markers by several months over 3 years in older adults. The industry is booming. Market analysis estimates the global anti-aging and longevity market at $85 billion in 2025, projected to grow to $120 billion by 2030, with longevity biotech alone forecast to hit $600 billion by 2028 as investment flows into novel interventions. Tech giants and billionaires have placed huge bets. Companies like Altos Labs, backed by Jeff Bezos and others, have funded in the billions to explore epigenetic rejuvenation. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, is also backing Retro Biosciences with a plan to raise $1 billion to speed up age reversal drug discovery, including AI-designed proteins aimed at restoring youthful cell states. And leading scientists like the Harvard's David Sinclair say age-reversing pills could be possible by the 2030s, pushing the boundaries of what aging means. But there are some cautions. Scientists emphasize that lab successes in mice does not equal safe, effective human therapies. Safety, equity, cost and access are major issues, and regulators urge precaution as trials advance. Interventions must improve health span, not just years without broad harm. In the coming years, more human trials and big data epigenetic clock readouts will test whether these approaches can deliver on the promise of rejuvenation, changing not just how long we live, but how well.